Good morning. Hopefully, you'll take the time to watch the rest of this and the different videos that I put out. But today, I want to talk to you and of God and men about heaven. Heaven. Before time was, in the Bible, it talks about God and God being in the void and everything was created. But at that time, we existed in heaven. And heaven was not like what we picture. First of all, we are all energy. Everything was energy. Um, there is no void. The void was full of energy, as it is today. We don't understand it. We don't know all this energy. We don't know how to define it because we can't separate it. Well, that's the same thing with God. You cannot separate God. However, each little particle of energy or particles of energy, which are what we are, we're like cells in the body of God. But each cell did what it was supposed to do. It helped the body. It made the body greater and stronger and healthier and better. It didn't wait to be assigned to do what it had to do. It just did what it was supposed to do. That in turn helped the cells around it, and they helped the body. That's what heaven was, automatically helping each other, providing for everyone, helping them to achieve their purpose. Doesn't mean you give it to them or you assign their purpose. It means that you help them to achieve their purpose. And by helping, you increase the value of your own life and the value of the whole group. That was heaven, automatically. No one thought really, when somebody thought me, they were thinking the body. Not individually, but the body. All that is God. Well, then we come to this little section where it talks about the trees that are in the garden or in heaven. One of them was the tree of life, which is the energy for all. The other was the tree of knowledge of good and evil. Now, that tree is basically the beginning of a lot of problems for everybody, but it wasn't designed to be. That tree gave you the knowledge of good and evil. And I have been to a lot of churches and listened to a lot of different people approach how they're going to deal with it. But the reality of it is good will always lead to more. It'll lead to better everything. Evil divides, it separates. That's what it does. That's why it's here. That's why it exists. That's why God didn't remove it. It is not here as an end in itself. It is here as a tool to be used to define things. Anything you can divide, you can define. See, that's the power that God gave you. You get to define things. The one thing he told you you can't define, and he told Moses, he can't be divided. You can't even conceive of him. You cannot divide him. So therefore, you can't define him. He could only show you a small portion of him, which are the cells, that you could relate to. If you want to do better, just like in heaven, when you help others to achieve, what happens is your energy level increases. Your happiness increases. It doesn't increase by giving them or taking from them. It increases by sharing with them. It's like a electrons running through a wire. When they run through the wire, they produce a field, which is called an electronic magnetic field. And the more of them that run through, the stronger that field gets. Well, just like that, the more cells, the more people that share a common goal, which is to try to achieve and try to help God and try to help each other, the more that do that, the greater the field, the stronger the field, the more joy, the more satisfaction you get. Take the time to try to understand and picture in your mind heaven. Heaven is not a place where you get to decide what everybody else is. You help each other. And those that want to divide or to separate, you let them receive what they want, which is to separate. Be apart from them. Don't fall into that trap. You are here to make things greater. It's up to you. If you want to recreate heaven in your life, then do it. And that's how you do it, by helping each other, by trying to understand, not judge each other, but to observe how each of us judge ourselves and give them according to how they judge themselves. Okay, that's it for right now. I hope you have a great day. See ya. Bye.